MacVoices is supported by Smile, the makers of world-class software like Text Expander. Find out about all their great utilities at smilesoftware.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at ShowStoppers and NAB in Las Vegas. Folks, we're talking to Kieran of Bitmovin about what Bitmovin brings to, I guess, video production. Is that a fair statement?
That's right, video production and cloud-based distribution of video content.
Okay, so there's a lot of cloud stuff going on in video distribution right now. What part of it do you play?
Good question. So Bitmovin is a provider of developer tools for doing cloud-based encoding, video player, and video analytics, and all sorts of different tools in between. And so our customers are typically the broadcasters or content publishers themselves, and then also the platforms that people build. So they'll use our technology in the background. A good example of this is actually Uyala. So their next generation HTML5 player is leveraging the Bitmovin HTML5 player technology. And then we have great broadcasters, a lot of the next generation broadcasters. For example, iFlix in Asia is basing a lot of its encoding infrastructure on the Bitmovin cloud services.
Okay, so when you say cloud encoding, so obviously, something has to go up to the cloud to be encoded, and then it goes out to the appropriate channels with the appropriate codec. What am I uploading? Am I uploading just anything I can get?
That's right. So you can upload pretty much any source file that's been, a codec that's at least 10 years old. So we cover a lot. One thing that's very unique about Bitmovin as well is that we make our software available on premise. So you can license our software to actually run in your own data center or literally on a server next to your workflow that you have on site. So that takes care of going up and down into the cloud. You can have instant access to this, and then it can scale according to the technology that you have. So if you have a bunch of servers, then it can scale to that. If you only have one rack, that's okay. So that's something that makes us very unique compared to the other cloud providers.
Right. We were talking pre-interview about what you do as far as supporting the different next generation codecs.
Yes.
Right now, we're just all getting used to H.265. You're already looking ahead.
That's right. So we also support H.265, but what we've been looking at and investing R&D into is a new codec from the Alliance for Open Media called AV1. AV1 is the first of its kind, truly open source codec that also is aiming to be royalty free. So anybody along the production process, whether it's a content creator, a device manufacturer, or a technology provider like ourselves, does not need to pay extra royalty fees to use this. When we have done our own tests in terms of quality levels and encoding efficiency, it can be twice as efficient as the legacy codecs like H.264, and it's very competitive even with VP9 and H.265 like you mentioned. So there's a lot of really exciting partners. So everybody from the big names in browsers, so Google, even Apple just announced about 2 months ago that they are part of this consortium now, and of course Mozilla making the Firefox browser. So right out of the gate, this codec AV1 will have support across a wide variety of browsers and also device manufacturers like Samsung, who also just announced their joining of the consortium.
So who is your typical customer? I mean, and who could it be? Obviously, the big broadcasters would come to somebody like you. Is this something for a small broadcaster?
Yeah, so as long as you are looking to solve the problem of video encoding in your workflow and then video playback for your clients, whether it's on the web, native devices, TV apps, etc., we are a provider for that. Our typical customer is the actual developer. So we have our products made by developers for developers. And so we have a great team of solution architects that can work with you to figure out what's the right configuration. So we like to call ourselves the video platform for complex video use cases. So if you have more than just a few outputs and you want to target more than just one or two devices, we're a great source to be able to help you support a wide range of different platforms and target types of users.
Now, to be clear, you're doing the encoding in the cloud. Are you archiving my video there for playback, or are you giving a file back to me for hosting on a solution of my own?
That's a really good question. So what makes Bitmovin different than some of those other providers like Brightcove or maybe Kaltura is that we are not a CMS. So we are part of the flow, but then you have your own freedom to choose what is the distribution partner you'll choose. So you choose your own CDN, but we provide the infrastructure, if you will, kind of beneath that or prior to the CDN or distribution stage.
Makes sense. And that definitely does give nice flexibility.
That's right. So this platform is really helpful if you're building out your own solution. We take care of the really dirty work of the actual encoding, and going head-to-head with the different competition, we will win based on quality, speed, performance, and even pricing. And so it's something to look at when you're trying to optimize that workflow. We're happy to help provide a solution that'll meet your needs.
Where do folks go to learn more?
You can head out to our website, bitmovin.com, and of course we'll be here at the NAB show for this week. We're attending something like 40 shows around the world this year, so there's a lot of opportunities to see us in person, and we're always happy to help do a free consulting session to figure out what's the right combination of services that are going to help our customers succeed.
Kieran, thanks for the time. Very interesting.
Thanks, Chuck. Have a good one.
You too. Folks, more from NAB and ShowStoppers in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our MacVoices Facebook group and get more out of your Apple Tech with MacVoices magazine, free on Flipboard. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us at patreon.com/MacVoices and join these folks who help keep MacVoices coming to you. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.